Hello, I'm Sam Casson, and welcome to Scioto. Tonight we're here for Game 3 between Beekmantown and Altona Old-Timers in firemen's action. Tied at 1 apiece. Tonight the winner goes on to play Cherubusco. First batter is Daryl Menard. He takes that one, drills it out to second, fires to first, in time, 1 away. I'll bring up Charlie Stone. Charlie's a third baseman. Altona won the first one, 11-8, and I think the second game was 12-7, Beekmantown's favor. Altona won here. That's foul back, strike one. Pitch to Stone is deep for a ball, 1-1. Ken Poirier on the mound for the Old-Timers. Just misses, ball 2. Catcher is Jeff Rabideau. Stone gives that one a ride, but it's foul. Strike 2. 2 strikes. Pitch to Stone is ripped through the gap for a base hit. They'll be hit out to center. Stone will be on with a single. This will bring up Daryl Menard. Jim Garrett on deck, the pitcher. Short, ball 1 to Menard. We got 1 out, 1 on. Ball game just starting. Top of the first. In there for strike, 1-1. Menard, same spot. We're going to have runners first and second for Beekmantown with Buddha. Jim Garrett, the batter. Pitch is in there, strike 1 to Garrett. Well hit ball, but squeeze in left for the out. Runners will have to hold. That's hit out into left to, who was it? I can't see in the sun. I think that's Kevin Giroux out there. Dennis Bruce Jr. is the batter with 2 outs, runners first and second. Strike 1. Pitch to Bruce. Hit to short, to second. Fires to first in time to retire the side. We're going to move to the bottom of the first. Beekmantown scoreless. The Old-Timers coming to bat. Bottom of the first. Bob Wood will lead off for Altona. Jim Favreau doing the catching. I think it was outside for a ball. And Jim Buddha Garrett on the mound. Garrett delivers. Ball 2, just missed again. They were close. Pitch to Garrett, in there for a strike. Daryl Mayette on deck. He'll be followed by the Poirier boys. Ken, Terry, and Charlie. Foul back strike. Garrett delivers. That's sailed out into second, to center. Grabbed by, I think, Menard out there. Like I said before, a little hard to pick him up in the sun out there. Daryl Mayette now. Daryl's center fielder.
Hit him hard, Daryl. Right on. Come on, Daryl. Come on, Daryl. They ain't gonna get it.
Just off, ball 1. In there for a strike, 1-1 on Mayette.
Right now, that's the one. You're on.
Nice grab. Fires to first. Out. Close one. Pitcher Kenny Poirier will step in now with 2 outs.
Come on, Kenny, hit yours, Kenny. Go with it. Come on, Kenny. Let's go.
Ball one. There's a base hit for Ken Poirier. So after 2 quick outs, Altona gets a runner on, and they'll bring up Terry Poirier, the cleanup batter.
Go, Terry. Come on now, Terry.
Terry Poirier awaits the delivery from Garrett. And that's a well-hit ball. Menard giving chase. Grabs it. Nice grab by Menard. I believe that's Menard out there. To retire the side, we're going to move to the second. 4-0. Top of the second, Ed Hawks looks at ball one. Strike, 1-1. Hawks will be followed by Favreau and Tremblay. Hawks delivers to short. Throw to first will not be in time. Safe enough. Jim Favreau, the catcher, now steps in with lead runner on. Poirier's pitch. Outside, ball one to Favreau. Strike, 1-1. Nice grab. Third. That's Poirier, Charlie, I believe. Steve Tremblay, second baseman. Steps to the plate with 1 out and 1 on in the second. Head out to Guerin and right. Squeeze for out number 2. Don Barber now. With Don Rockwell on deck. Well hit ball. That's squeezed in left for out number 3. We're going to move to the bottom of the second. It remains 0-0 between Beekmantown and Altona Old Timers. Bottom of the first. Charlie Poirier fouls one into the vehicle. Strike one. Pitch to Poirier. Right back to Garrett. Nice scoop up. Fires to Hawks. 1 away. Brian Recor now is the batter. Brian's the first baseman. I got him down as first baseman. And we'll have to look when he comes up. Kevin Giroux is on deck. Pitch to Recor is short, ball 1. Recor base hit down the first base line. Bobbled. He's going to stay put at first, so Kevin Giroux is the batter.
Hit that ball. Shoulder up.
Inside, ball 1 to Giroux. A little chopper, foul, strike. Well, now they're seeing Bruce. Get out into left, gets by. Recor's in at third. That's Bruce Warren that just hit. This is Kevin Giroux. I didn't even have Bruce Warren listed. We'll have to stick him in here. Ball 1. Lifted high in the air. I think it's going to be squeezed for the out. Three-quarter tags. Safe at first. Oh. Warning the rundown. Safe. Safe enough. Home plate call. Safe enough. Leaguer and thought about it. Strike one. Pitch to Guerin. Hit the Hawks at first. Bobbles it. Guerin beats it out. Run number 2 has Warren crosses the plate. It's a 2-0 ball game. Now Jeff Rabideau is the batter. Hit to short. And now we retire the side. We're going to move to top of the third. Altona picking up 2. They lead it 2-0 over Beekmantown in Fireman's action.
Oh boy, you gotta be. Hey, 3 years in a row, them boys are champs.
Quite a few spectators on hand tonight.
One of them in Moscow can take away shooting near up there. That's all. Come on, Donnie, get hard somewhere. I got it. Okay.
Don Rockwell is the batter as we start the top of the third. Fires to first. Oh, dropped the ball. Safe. Would have had him. Top of the batting order, Brian Menard. Well, Rockwell is on the air. Where he delivers, short ball 1. It's in there for a strike. 1-1 to count on Menard. Well hit ball. And that's Wood with the squeeze. 1 away. Charlie Stone now is the batter. 1 out, Rockwell on first. That's through the gap. But that's my head out there that made that play.
Same thing, baby, same thing.
Daryl Menard now is the batter. Runners first and second for Beekmantown. Strike 1. Jim Guerin on deck. Whoa! What we're gonna get here. Safe at second. Bases loaded for Jim Guerin. He's hiding behind the screen. Pitch to Guerin. Strike. I think there's 1 out. Can't be sure. Lifts it high in the air. Guerin drifting. Oh, drops it. Ball is fair. Run number 1. Number 2 as Stone comes in. Menard's on his way. Guerin is going to stay at third. Jim Guerin with a 3-run triple. 3 RBI triple, I mean. And Beekmantown jumps out to a 3-2 lead. Dennis Bruce Jr. is the batter now.
Poke it somewhere.
Side on now, Denny, go side on.
1 out. Pitch to Bruce. Well hit ball. That's a base hit. Guerin picks it up. And Guerin crosses the plate. It's a 4-2 ball game. Ed Hawks, first baseman. Pitch to Hawks, strike 1. Poirier delivers. Hawks pops it up. Rabideau is there and squeezes it for out number 2. Jim Favreau steps to the plate now. Altona picking up 2 in the bottom of the second. Beekmantown with 4 right now. Whoa! Wasn't up high enough. Nice grab though by Rabideau. Strike 1. Has to be over the batter's head. Unless it's the last strike. Fires to second. In time to retire the side. We're going to move to the bottom of the third. Is Beekmantown 4. Altona Old Timers 2. Bottom of the third. Doug Bouye, the extra hitter tonight. Leads things off. He looks at strike 1.
He's not swinging.
He'll be followed by the top of the batting order, Bob Wood, and then Daryl Mayette. Bouye swings and misses strike 2. Bouye looking for the tree line out there. He gives it a ride, but it's squeezed for out number 1. Bob Wood now. Wood grabs her and sails it out into center for a base hit. This will bring up Daryl Mayette. Daryl, the center fielder. I called him Wood out there, but it is Daryl Mayette. Then we'll have the 3 Poiriers to follow. Pitch to Mayette. Strike 1. Hit the Hawks. Hawks goes to second. They get the lead runner. 2 away for Ken Poirier, the pitcher. Terry Poirier on deck.
Yeah, you light it up, buddy.
Goes the opposite way to Stone. Stone goes to second. In time to retire the side. Remove top of the fourth. It remains 4-2. Beekmantown over Altona. So top of the fourth, Steve Trombley leads things off for Beekmantown. Gives it a ride out into right. He'll be on with a single. We'll now have the Donnie boys. Don Barber, then Don Rockwell. This is Don Barber. Trombley leads off with a single in the top of the fourth. Beekmantown leads at 4-2 in game 3, final game. Barber chops it to short, bobbled. Everybody will be safe. As we shut the camera off, the ball came to the pitcher. He missed it. It rolled back to the backstop, and the runners advanced to second and third. So Rockwell, I believe he reached on an error the first time, is in now with nobody out. Runners second and third, and a foul ball. Strike 1. Hit right to short. 1 away. Brian Menard is the batter now with 2 on and 1 out. That's the top of the batting order. Menard gets himself a base hit. That's going to drive in run number 5. Looks like they're going to, whoa, run number 6 crosses. Menard's on his way to third. Charlie Stone now. It's 6-2. Beekmantown. Stone, a base hit over second. Run number 7 as Rockwell dances in. Menard, rather, dances in. Daryl Menard. Strike 1. just got the corner of the mat. That's going to be squeezed for out number 2. Jim Garrett tripled his last time up. Steps in. Nice hit. Drops in front of Mayette. Stone unable to get the third, so he'll have to stay put up for second. Denny Bruce is the batter. With 2 outs, 3 runs in this inning. And runners first and second. Bruce looks at strike 1. Ed Hawks is on deck. Bruce sails it out into center. Gets by Poirier. Stone crosses. And it's an 8-2 ball game. Ed Hawks now. Hawks lets strike 1 go by. Oh, through Poirier's glove. Run number 9 comes in. We got runners first and second. Catcher Jim Favreau. Favreau bounces it. The third. Poirier picks it up. Tags Bruce for out number 3. We're going to move to the bottom of the 4th. I think it's 9-2 Beekmantown. Looks like Jack Seymour from the Country Corner Restaurant and son have shown up for the ball game. Cheer on his brother-in-law, Jim Garrett. Terry Poirier looks at strike 1. He'll be followed by Charlie. Outside for ball. 1-1.
Come on, Terry. Come on, Terry. Do it. A long way to go yet. A long way to go.
There's a well-hit ball. And Menard gives chase and squeezes it for out number 1. This will bring up Charlie Poirier.
Come on, Charlie. What you want? Guys will never win a ball game. Your head's a shazy. Come on.
There's a base hit over third. Charlie Poirier is on. Brian Recor now will be the batter. He'll be followed by Bruce Warren. Recor the batter. Sails it foul, strike 1. Base hit up the middle. That's going to score Charlie Poirier. It's a 9-3 ball game. Recor's on with a long single. Bruce Warren now is the batter.
Hit it hard.
Right.
Let it come down.
Lifted high. Menard claims he's got it and squeezes it for out number 2. Kevin Drew is the batter. Inside, ball 1. Oh, strike, I guess.
Put it right on the mat, buddy. Put it right on the mat.
Strike 2. Lee Aaron on deck. Base hit for Giroux. This will bring up Lee Aaron. We got runners first and second now. Seems though they say it's Giroux, but they spell it G-E-R-O. Some people pronounce it Giroux. I can't be sure on the pronunciation of it.
Come on now, guys. Pick your heads up. Oh, Lee, hit that ball hard. Lee, base hit. Hard, base hit. One shot. Scores a couple.
Garen's delivery to Garen. Strike 1. Lifted high in the air. It's going to be squeezed for out number 3. We're going to move to the top of the 5th. It's 9-4. Altona trailing the Beekmantown Firemen. Top of the 5th. Steve Trombley, who led off the last inning, leads things off again. Ball 1. Strike, 1-1. 9-3 is our score, as far as I know. Trombley hits it deep. Guerin backs up. Squeeze it for out number 1. And we'll have Don Barber with Don Rockwell on deck. Barber looks at strike 1. Hit to Drew. 2 away. Rockwell now. Don Rockwell. Two outs in the top of the 5th. Through the gap. Rockwell's on. Top of the batting order now. Brian Menard. Strike 1 to Menard. Strike 2. The crowd liked that one. Menard's laughing. Base hit. Into center. Fires back into second. Runners will hold. Charlie Stone now. I think Charlie is the manager of this team, and Terry Poirier is the manager of Altona. Strike 1 to Stone. At least Charlie's the one who does the lineup, so. Strike 2 just caught the end of the mat. Stone looks it over, doesn't say anything. And lifts that one into the gap. Poirier picks it up, fires into second. Rockwell's going to score, and it's a 10-3 ball game. Darryl Menard. Little bouncer. Drew unable to scoop it up. Run number 11 comes in as Menard scores. Should be Buda Garrett now. It is. Hit high and deep. Poirier is there. Squeeze it for out. Number 3, we're going to move to the bottom of the 5th. It's 11-3. Beekmantown over Altona Old Timers. Bottom of the 5th. Mike Burnell steps to the plate for the first time. He looks at strike 1. The score is 11-3. I just checked with the scorekeepers. Strike 2 to Burnell. Gonna make an honest man out of him this time. Right back to Guerin. He knocks it down. Can he get it to first in time? No, throws it wide. Burnell will go to second. Doug Bouye now. Well, I said Jack Seymour was here cheering on his brother-in-law. Ball 1. There are the Garretts cheering on their nephew.
There you are, Jimmy. There you are.
Strike. Jim Garrett, that is. Their nephew.
Oh, big duck! Okay, Jimmy. Right there, Jimmy. Right there.
Bouye hits it to Trombley, unable to hang on to it. Burnell's going to camp on third, and Bouye's on what is an error, I think. So bring up Bob Wood. With Daryl Mayette on deck. Pitch to Wood. There's one in the gap. Oh, it's by run number 4, Bouye. Pouring it on. And run number 5 is Bouye crosses the plate. Bob Wood on third base. It's 11-5 ball game. Daryl Mayetta waits the delivery from Garrett. That's foul off.
Pitch and rip.
Garrett scoops up, fires the Hawks. I think that's just one out. Ken Poirier now is the batter.
Come on, Kenny.
Poirier hits it to Hawks at first. For 2 away. Terry Poirier now.
Terry's got to hit the ball on the ground now. Two down, Gary, 2 down.
2 outs. 11-5 to score. Winner to play Cherubusco for the championship. Inside, ball 1 to Terry. Ball 2. 2-0 on Poirier. Trombley fires to first, low. Run number 6 comes in as Wood crosses the plate. Terry Poirier will go down to second. This will bring up Charlie Poirier. Inside, ball 1 to Charlie Poirier. Brian Reeker on deck with 2 outs. 11-6 is the score. Altona picking up 3. Hops it up, Stone back paddling, and whoa, he drops it. Poirier dig it in, it's run number 7. Throw it down to second, Charlie's in there. Altona brought their cheer squad. Brian Reeker is the batter. Time is called. For what reason? I got to kick first base in a little bit out of line.
Come on now, keep it going, Brian. All right, pull up. Come on, Brian, hit it hard.
Pitch to Reeker. Base hit. Going to drive in run number 8. And Reeker's on with a single. Bruce Warren now is the batter.
Come on, Dennis, smoke it.
Kevin Drew. Always easy to tell when he's up. He's right there. Nice solid hit. But a beautiful grab out there by, I think that's, I can't see for sure. But we're going to move to the top of the 6th, and it's an 11-8 ball game. It's the top of the 6th in this 11-8 ball game. Dennis Bruce fouls the first one over a third base strike. Back to Poirier. Fires to Reeker, 1 away. I don't believe we're going to be able to cover all the final series here between the firemen. Soccer season is upon us. I've got 8 games to do this week. 2 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2 Friday, and 2 Saturday. And Calvin will be doing the same. In fact, Calvin is doing 2 tonight, so we're going to be picking up 18 soccer games this week alone. Ed Hawks, the batter. Hawks drills it out there. Poirier gets chased, but unable to catch up with it. Grabs it on the bounce, fires it into second. Hawks will stay put on first. They'll bring up Jim Favreau now, the catcher. Ball 1, a little deep. Favreau. Steve Trombley on deck. Favreau hits it. Nice grab. Hawks will have to hold. Steve Trombley now. Trombley bounces it to second. Go to first. In time to retire the side. We're going to move to the bottom of the 6th. Beekmantown with a 3-run lead. It's the bottom of the 6th, Kevin Giroux. I just asked him how he pronounces it, and he said he does pronounce it Giroux. Well, I said some told me Giroux, some told me Giroux. He says, call me whatever you want, but don't call me late for dinner. Strike, 1-1 on Giroux. 11-8. We're in the bottom of the 6th in a 7-inning ball game. Inside for ball. Base hit up the middle. Well, Giroux leads off on a single, and that'll bring up Lee Guerin.
Let's go, Big Philly! Come on, let's go, Lee!
Pitch to Guerin. Outside, ball 1 and short. Mike Burnell on deck. Oh, popped up. Garrett says he's got it and does. 1 away. Mike Burnell now. 1 out, a runner on first. Burnell looks at strike 1. Ball, 1-1. Doug Bouye on deck.
Come on, Michael.
Guerin's delivery is a bouncer to short. Fires a second to get 1.
Okay. Keep it going.
Doug Bouye now. Can't remember if there's 1 or 2 outs. We got a runner on first. Pitch to Bouye is a little pop-up. Favreau gives chase, can't catch up with it. Strike 1. Bouye gets himself a base hit. I don't think Menard can catch up with it, but he gets it on the bounce. Marnell's got a camp on third. And we got runners first and third. And Bob Woody Wood is the batter. Jack set to make sure to get a good shot of him back down there. Said he wants a little more camera time. Put the batter. A little bit deep, I think. Ball 1. Home run here would tie the ball game. Wood hits it deep, but it's squeezed for out number 3. We're going to move to the top of the 7th. It remains 11-8 Beekmantown over the Altona Old Timers. Fireman's action. Game 3. Final of the series. The winner to go on and play Cherubusco. Don Barber leads things off in the top of the 7th. Wyatt Sarin squeezes it for out number 1. Don Rockwell now with the top of the batting order to follow him.
Like you've been doing all night, Donnie Rockwell.
Corey delivers. Little foul. Strike 1. He told me to get another shot of him back here. Ready and waiting, they say. Out. Rockwell's out. 2 away. Brian Menard. Two outs in the top of the 7th, leading by 3. And Cherubusco is awaiting the winner. Hit. Poirier fires to first in time to retire the side. Whoa. First base goes for a ride. We're going to move to the bottom of the 7th. Altona needing 3 to tie this ball game up 4 to win it. Number 2, 3, and 4. 2 up descending. Daryl Myatt will lead things off. Kenny Poirier, then Terry Poirier, with Charlie Poirier to follow. Myatt awaits the delivery, and it's outside for ball 1. Pitch to Garrett. From Garrett. Bouncer over the top of the third baseman's head. Myatt will be on with a single. Oh, he's digging in for second. Safe at second on a close one. Ken Poirier waits the delivery. Just misses ball 1. Opposite way. Foul ball. Garrett delivers. Poirier rips it to Tremblay. Drops it. In and out of his glove. Myatt's going to score. 11-9. Ken Poirier is on the error. Harry Poirier is a tie and run. He drills that one. Fair ball. The Poirier boys are going to hold at first and second, and they'll bring up the third Poirier, Charlie Poirier. I believe these guys are all brothers, if somebody was telling me. Charlie Poirier is the winning run. Ken on second, Terry on first. Deep ball 1. Brian Recor on deck. Strike, 1-1.
Play that third.
Inside, ball 2. 2-1. Inside, ball 3. 3-1. I got an idea Poirier might be taking on this one. Whoop, we got to switch batteries. Pitch fast. We can see what happens. Hope she holds out. Strike. As we switch batteries, Charlie flew out to left. This brings up Brian Recor now with 1 out. Recor is the winning run. Garrett delivers. Recor hits it deep, but it's squeezed for the out, number 2. Ken didn't realize it was touched. Okay, Ken tagged up and took off, went to third. Bruce Warren, the last hope for Altona, steps to the plate. Garrett delivers. Foul ball. Ooh. Everybody likes to see a vehicle get hit, as long as it's not theirs. Kevin Giroux on deck. Hit high in the air. It could be the final play of the game. He grabs it. And Beekmantown has defeated the Altona Old Timers in the best out of 3 by a score of 11-8 in Game 3. So Altona will hang it up, and Beekmantown will go on to play Churubusco in the finals. Final score, Beekmantown 11, Altona Old Timers 8.